fellow makeup fiends, right now I'm going to do a brush care video. First I'm going to talk about my spot cleaning procedures, and then we're going to go in the bathroom and I'm going to show you how I clean my brushes. Okay, so stay tuned. Okay, so in this lovely box, Soap and Glory box, I've got this. And this is actually, and I've kept this so I can remember, is the Huggies Cotton Soft Sheets. And you can use these when, obviously, got the baby on there, it's for babies. But I absolutely love this for spot cleaning brushes. So basically it's just a very thick sort of tissue. And you just, that's the size. So I'll pull one off to kind of show you what I do. So I lay it out and I fold it in half. And I just leave it on the top like that. Push that out of the way. And then what I do is I take my Bare Minerals Quick Change brush cleaner. This is just a spot cleaning spray, and then as I'm using my brushes and I come to be putting them back into these, I don't put them back in dirty. I will actually spray a couple of sprays onto the surface. Sorry, I've just dropped what I was going to show you. Here it is. So I'll spray a couple of sprays onto here, then I will just basically wipe the brush on there, dab the brush in. You're not supposed to spray this straight onto the brushes. So spray it on here, dab the brush, get the excess powder off the brush, and then put it back into here. I was just kind of showing you with the kabuki because it was easy. And what I do is I use one side for my face, so my brows, my powder, foundation, concealer and blusher all goes on one side, and then I'll either turn it over like that or I fold it again to make a smaller square, and then I start to use my eyeshadows, put a couple of sprays on this and then clean my eyeshadows on this part, and then that goes in the bin. So it's nice and thick so it doesn't rip. I'll put that back in there to use. But I love this. This was £10 at Debenhams, but I had £10 on my Beauty Club card, so I used those to get this. It's really nice. It doesn't really have much of a smell, so that's very good, and you don't need very much of it, just a couple of sprays onto the cloth and you're ready to go. And so that is how I spot clean. Okay, so now we've come in here to deep clean. Excuse the mad hair, just kind of pinned it up out of the way. I'm going to pop my brushes over here. Oh. Right, so I'm going to use for this part, there it is this. So I use this Johnson's Top to Toe Bath, and this is basically Johnson's baby bath, but it is a mild wash for babies, so it's like a body wash. It's really lovely. I love the smell of this stuff as well. My daughter still uses this in the bath. It's just a lovely cleaner. It's nice and mild on the skin. So I'm now going to run the tap. It's not easy with one hand, but we'll figure it out. I'm going to get some hot water. Not boiling hot. Yeah, that feels nice. I'm going to put the plug in. There we go. Okay, right, here we are. So I'm going to do the kabuki brush first. I'm just going to put it in the water and dampen it. Squeeze off the excess water there. And then I'm going to take the top to toe and I'm going to put a pump of that in my hand there and just dab it on the top of the brush. And then I'm going to lather that up, work that in. Make sure that I get right in there, right in among all the bristles. And I haven't used a lot of the top to toe wash there, just enough. And then I'm going to put that in the water and just squeeze off the excess there. and that is that one, nice and clean. You can feel that the surface is clean just running your fingers over it. Right, I'm going to go on and do one of the bigger brushes and let you see that. So I just wet the surface there, you can see it's nice and damp. And then a small bit of the Johnson's there, sorry, you can see it there. Just going to put that on. I feel I could use a bit more because this is quite a large brush. So as you can see, it's getting a little bit of a sud there. Nothing too soapy, you don't want to get too much soap in there and leave a residue. And then I'm going to rinse that off. And I'll show you the water in a second. And then basically just squeeze out the excess water there. And as you can see, it looks lovely and clean. I'll show you the water. Fingers and thumbs to do it. So there you go. You can see it's quite murky. That's off the powder brush, obviously, because it's like a tan colour. And then I take the brushes over here onto the windowsill, and then I've got this old pot that used to have toothbrushes in, and I stand them there. It's nice and warm with the sunlight coming through the window, and it means they can dry quite naturally. So that's it. That is how I clean my brushes. I'm going to quickly clean through the other ones now, and then that'll be that. See you soon. Bye.